Council of Elders, Mintaka. Greetings and blessings to all. We are delighted to have this rare opportunity to connect through space and time with you, our beloved brothers and sisters. If you feel a deep connection at this moment, it may be because you are a Mintakan being. The golden era of Mintaka. Imagine a time 40,000 years ago, when our star system was a vibrant hub of life, teeming with beings in physical form. Our world was transitioning into the sixth dimension, and we were in the process of activating our light bodies. It was an era filled with joy and bliss, where the purity of our vibration was our highest priority. We were masters of the water element in all its states, creating a harmonious and playful existence. Picture crystal clear waters, luminescent underwater temples, and lush floating islands adorned with cascading waterfalls. Our simple and carefree lives revolved around the realization that light was all we needed. We became self-sufficient and ecstatic, leaving behind the need for physical sustenance and embracing the art of shape-shifting. We existed in multiple dimensions, celebrating the multifaceted nature of reality. The fall of Mintaka. However, this paradise was not to last. Visualize the tranquility of our world shattered by massive ships arriving to install new portals, disrupting the delicate balance of our ecosystem. The devastation was swift and merciless, with many of us perishing in an instant, followed by subsequent waves of destruction. Imagine the anguish of those who survived, retreating into small, hidden communities, striving desperately to restore what was lost. Despite our efforts, the damage was too great, and our once thriving civilization was reduced to a shadow of its former glory. Our souls were enveloped in sorrow, and we became few in number, existing now as light beings, drifting through the remnants of our world. The journey to Earth. You, dear Mintakan soul, may have chosen to leave our star system and reincarnate on Earth, drawn by its similar vibrational frequency. Envision the ancient times of Atlantis, where many of us brought the sacred teachings of Mintaka to this new world. Through countless lifetimes, you have carried the wisdom and energy of our homeland, longing for a connection to your true origins. Atlantis and Lemuria also faced their demise, but the legacy continued through the ages, especially during the era of ancient Egypt. You have contributed immensely to Earth's evolution, and will continue to do so. The Awakening. Now, in this pivotal moment, the time has come to awaken to the truth within. The magic of a new Earth is upon us, and with it, the opportunity to rekindle the energy of Mintaka. Picture a world where water dragons and mermaids once again roam, where the portals to Mintaka's past have been reactivated. By visiting sacred places on Earth, you can tap into this energy, inviting the beauty and vibrational essence of Mintaka to flourish once more. Our mission. We are a dedicated group of beings, the keepers of the Mintakan vibration. Together, we will create energy grids that mirror the high frequency of our beloved planet. Embrace joy, trust, and love, for we are here to support and guide you. Feel the connection, embrace the journey, and let the spirit of Mintaka shine through you. With infinite love and light. The Council of Elders. Consciously surfing the waves of chaos. Well, we've really entered into the times of intense chaos that have always been predicted for these times, haven't we? The U.S. has finally joined the fray in a very obvious way with an assassination attempt on a presidential candidate which has only intensified the election frenzy that was already underway. Although tremendous upheaval has reigned in other parts of the world for a while now, the U.S. has finally entered more clearly into the arena of the spiritual battle for the earth. After being almost completely invisible for thousands of years, this battle has at last become clearly obvious for those with eyes to see. How are you responding to it all? But the question is, how are you responding to all of the hullabaloo flying around us since the shooting? Are you getting caught up in it? Are you getting dragged down into the divisiveness that is reigning ever more intensely? Are you allowing yourself to fall into angst, depression, or anxiety about all that is occurring, including what the assassination attempt might mean for the coming election? Are you sinking down even further into either unduly loathing or adoring a certain candidate running for president? Or are you remembering that you are here precisely for these times, to rise above the chaos and the hatred, and instead bring compassion, peace, and understanding to humanity? Are you recalling that all low-frequency 3D institutions, ideas, and agendas are needing to be exposed and expunged because they cannot go with us into the higher frequency of the fifth dimension? Are you remembering that this chaos has been long predicted to happen, and it is perhaps even needed for the quantum leap into 5D to occur? Are you aware that chaos pretty much always occurs when huge change is happening? Indeed, some scientists tell us that this is always the way nature works on this planet when a higher order of evolution is being birthed. Chaos is actually needed for immense change to occur. It ain't easy. But I know. It's not easy to stay detached and non-reactive to all of it, when so many warring opinions and conclusions are being thrown at us by every newscaster and podcaster out there. We can't shut it all out completely, even when actively avoiding the news. It's flying around in the very air we breathe. And it's especially difficult when there are so many fascinating opinions and conclusions that have been drawn about the shooting. About the number of shooters involved, the number of bullets that flew through the crowd from every which direction, and the apparent stupendous incompetence of the Secret Service. Of course, no intelligent person believes it was a one crazed man operation. The named assassin was obviously a patsy. But still, who was behind it all? Was it a black hat or a white hat operation? Or maybe some kind of involved combination of both? And what is yet to be revealed? It's all so interesting and intriguing. And yet, if you're wanting to finally find out the total truth of what happened at the shooting, do you really believe we will ever get it? Remember that the truth of what happened in the JFK shooting over 60 years ago has still yet to be officially revealed to the public. The fact is, we may never know what this current shooting was all about, except that it was probably mainly designed to create confusion and fear, something that has always been the goal of certain people on the planet who are still at least somewhat in charge. So we have to keep all this in mind as we learn to consciously respond to whatever we are told is occurring in the world, keeping abreast of the news. Yet, at the same time, this isn't to say we should simply stop following the stories about the shooting, or anything else like it. That will probably be occurring as time goes on. We do have to stay alert and make important decisions when events begin affecting our lives. And we may still decide that voting is important, even if the whole greatly flawed election system is doomed to eventually collapse. Although some people say the election may end up not even happening in the end. At any rate, what's important is to keep remembering the big picture of what we are here for, to bring a whole new reality on board for humanity. We can't sit back and wait for our so-called leaders to do this for us. We need to consciously stay loose and free in our focus and actions at this point, and not get caught up in the craziness that's occurring during this most volatile period of the shift that is occurring. Let's keep remembering that we are light workers, here to help guide humanity, even if it's just through maintaining our high frequency of love into a new earth we have always yearned for. Let's stay above the fray, riding the waves of the chaos, without falling into the depths of confusion and hatred swimming around within it, as the earth shifts ever more fully into the higher frequency of 5D. This is our destiny. It's what we're here for. Adama, Threefold Flame. In the inner heart, the threefold flame of life of divine love, divine wisdom, and divine power used to expand 9 feet in diameter within your auric field, and allowed you to function with the God-given faculties that were your divine birthright. You were able to live lifetimes that commonly lasted 20,000 to 30,000 years. The choice was yours. You could live as long as you wanted, and leave your incarnation whenever you chose, at will. This threefold flame allowed you a natural immortality, so to speak, and the natural use of the magic and many attributes of your divinity. You are immortal gods, created in the image of your Creator, with no limitation. In your distant past, this is how you experienced life on Earth for hundreds of thousands of years. Nothing was withheld from you as divine beings. All knowledge from their universal mind was at your fingertips as your natural birthright. As a collective civilization, you have greatly misused these privileges. As humanity began to abuse these divine gifts, they gradually diminished. These gifts, my friends, can be regained and maintained only when the original level of consciousness, of unconditional love, harmony, right use of will, right use of power, and divine wisdom are maintained in one's awareness, feelings, and actions. At the time of the sinking of both major continents, and the loss of most of the civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis, it was decreed by Father/Mother God, that the only way to return humanity to wholeness and original God consciousness was to reduce this threefold flame of life to a mere 1/16 of an inch. Humanity could no longer misuse God's powers and energies. Ever since, dear ones, you have been functioning with only 2 strands of DNA and a minute portion of the original threefold flame of life that beats in your heart. The 90 Arcturian Council, the U.S. presidential election, November 2024. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have been observing you there on Earth for quite some time now, and we do know that you like to get riled up over your politics, your candidates, and your governments. And we also know that a lot of eyes are on the United States and their presidential election in November. You can support whichever candidate you want to support, and you can know that we, the Arcturian Council, support all of you. We support all of humanity, and we do not take sides. And so, while you decide which candidate is your choice to be the next President of the United States, do so without taking a side. You can lend your energetic support and your ballot to the candidate that you prefer without pushing against the other candidate or the other political party. It is possible to do this, and if you are someone who is getting involved in the politics of the United States, then you would do well to take our advice. Understand that no one wins when 2 sides are pushing against each other with a tremendous force. It is only through working together, only through unity consciousness, that everyone wins. And so, we advise you not to focus on defeating anyone, whether it is a political person or the dark cabal. Instead, we invite you to promote love, peace, harmony, unity, a coming together of all peoples from all across the planet. That is what you are doing there on Earth, whether it looks that way or not. You are giving this idea of us versus them one last go round before you come together as one unified human race. And yes, extraterrestrial contact will play a part in that. It will get you to see yourselves as Earthlings first and foremost, and from there you can see yourselves as source energy beings first and foremost, and you will continue to evolve and ascend. As you do so, that is what the ETS you will be encountering will want to teach you. They won't just be handing over advanced technologies and MED beds. They will be helping you to see yourselves as a unified whole and as source energy beings. And you can start to do that right now. And you don't have to let any election or any politician divide you. You can rise above that level of consciousness, and you can come into the knowing of who you really are by doing just that, by rising above the hate, and the pushing against, the resistance, and the judgment that is such a part of the politics in the United States, and in most places across your world. You are the ones who are meant to be the way showers, and to rise above it all, and we implore you to do so during the times when the energies are at their most heightened. Now is one of those times, of course. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. SorceryOffLight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light, click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.